Welcome to the best games of 2024. Today we're going to be talking about Black Myth Wukong, diving deep into the goods and the bads, talk about some different things that you might enjoy when it comes to this game. Basically, kind of giving you all you need to know, as well as covering the awards and what possibilities for this game. Very interesting topics. We've been covering this extensively. We want to give you the best of 2024, so feel free to check out all of our videos about that. Before we continue, I do have a giveaway I'm doing for the holidays, a $75 giveaway, basically a free game of your choice. Just leave a comment with what game you would want. You have a chance to win. If you make sure you like, we need to get 500 likes on these videos so that we can go ahead and give these giveaways, and selected winners will be announced on the videos and through our community tab. So stay tuned for that. All right, with that out of the way, this series is getting juicy. All right, this is possibly one of my favorite personally. There's some games that I might be doing, depending on you guys' recommendations in the comments, that I'm covering that I might not consider my personal favorites because of the time spent. But for this game, I spent a lot of time on it and enjoyed it every second. I tried to do a no-hit run, but you're watching some footage of no-hit run right now. But my no-hit run took a little bit of practice because this game is pretty intense, let's just say. I'm going to get into it. There's no spoilers. The only thing you're going to be watching is some fight scenes between me and some bosses. So enjoy that. All right, so with this game, Black Myth Wukong, you're getting an action game that has a very cool adventure, some amazing story elements, and some great visuals. I'm talking about top tier visuals in this game. Very beautiful overall. The culture, everything about this is something I've studied, and I spent a lot of my life watching films, documentaries, and kind of getting into different cultures. And one of my favorites is, of course, the Monkey King, aka Black Myth Wukong, this storyline that I'm not going to cover too deeply. But the point is that this game really does embody that experience for the first time in a video game in the greatest possible way. And so right off rip, I can tell you this is a game of the year candidate for me. Not just one of the best games, the best game, if you really want to make a case for it. Now, I want to start off with just talking about combat and how fun and interesting it is. Man, how do I say this kindly to all of my other game players, action RPG people? This game's bosses has some of the best I've ever seen in all of video games. Some of the attacks and patterns in the bosses are really, really top tier. And what I mean by that is that there's plenty of boss fights in every video game, and they're kind of standard. Somebody wants to stomp, they want to jump. With this game, I can't show the end game bosses or anything or later on because I don't want to spoil it. But oh my goodness, this game surprised me. And it's rare that you get excited about an enemy's moveset, but I get excited thinking about the enemy's moveset in this game. Some of them are so spectacular and very interesting. They're hard to deal with as a player, but just watching it will make you say, wow, this is incredible. And while it is a video game, I can just only imagine, the amazing setup for that. Like if it was all cinematic and somebody created I wish somebody would get a free camera roll mod and then just rewatch these scenes with all the great fight moves. And so I just got to compliment them on that. And there's plenty of bosses. The thing about this game, if you're going to buy it and you're here to play it, you get into the game, you think it's a linear game, and you're like, hey, this is pretty cool. And all of a sudden you think, hey, I can have fun with this. This isn't necessarily an open world. I can just play and just casually enjoy, not really worry about too much. And this is good. This is good. This is for me. But it opens up and it turns into an open area. There's many paths, secret areas, things that you might miss if you just rush through the main story. And that's perfectly fine, right? But people like myself who like to explore, like to discover, find new items, find new things, and enjoy the game in that fashion, get excited about it. So this is where, for me, it took the game to the next level of like, wow, sure, the bosses are great, but dang, this open world stuff is pretty cool and interesting. And they made it very well enough for you to make different builds and set your character up for, the best possible experience in the game. And to me, that's what matters, because it's not just about the fights. Because it could, we could have joked around and said this was a boss rush game. That's what people were thinking when they played a demo. But when the full game released, we got to see that it's way bigger and way better than we expected. So for me, it is top tier. Now, people have said a couple of gripes and things like that, where there's some technical issues on PC. Personally, I played on a PlayStation 5 and everything was smooth for the most part. I didn't have no problems. But there's other people who also felt like the combat is not as complex as other games, and I totally can understand what you mean. But I mean, it has a good system, good different stances, and you're able to upgrade and do a lot of really good stuff with the spells that you use and have a different play style. One of the best things about the game is that it lets you actually at any time switch. So you're able to switch everything. So I'm going to go in here and just showcase just a little bit of some of the stuff that I currently have in the skill tree. And to me, this is a very good skill tree. Apologies if you guys don't want to see the skill tree, just listen in. But you can see there's multiple skill trees, and then they buff you up in different ways, and then you have extra different things, whether it's your spells and so on. So it's pretty good. These are early on spells and things like that. The first couple chapters, you'll unlock some of these, and it's pretty good. You can be offensive or a little bit defensive as well. So it is an exciting game, and it's really, really true. And this is one of the best things that I personally love about it. It's very true to the actual storyline of Journey to the West in many ways, because of these abilities and different things that were from the original story. And so that to me is incredible. Again, it was done from a smaller studio, not the biggest budget, and they found a way to create a game of the year, not just because it's a cool indie game. It's not an indie game. This is a big AAA style, amazing experience that you can truly dive into. Now, the one biggest gripe that I hear is difficulty, right? A lot of these games will lose popularity because of how difficult it might be compared to what you're used to, where most games kind of just give you the easy road. And while I can't deny that I had a hard time with the game at the start, I mean, you don't have to play that way. You can go and do some things to level up and just get in there and be a lot more tougher. And you could, change some things in the settings to kind of help you along the way as well. So that's me defending it. I don't know what to say about difficulty. I do think that games should be difficult, but that's just my opinion. Not everything has to be, but that would be the biggest gripe that I would say about this game. But yeah. Anyways, for me, it is a game of the year candidate easily. Action game, it can definitely win that category pretty, again, easily. There's plenty of great games out there. We have a video already about Elden Ring. If you haven't watched it, go check that out. And then I'm going to be covering other great games that came out this year that most definitely deserve your attention. But before I leave, make sure you hit that giveaway. I want to give everybody a chance to win. You have to leave a comment with what game you would want if you win, and then also leave a like so that we can get 500. When we get 500, we can start doing giveaways. 500 likes, start doing giveaways. So make sure you do that for these videos and have yourself a chance to win. That out of the way, another video should be popping up now about best games of 2024. These are my experiences, and I'm doing quick breakdowns just to give you guys some hype about the awards and things like that. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions about the game. See you there. Peace.